practices are no longer fun, a special moment opens up. Those practices that are meant and have been organized to reduce the chaos of life, the uncertainty of the future, the unhappiness of the gap between where you are and where you have defined as where you want to be, the ruthless and never-ending competition of those people that want the attention of the same people that you're seeking after. Those practices can sometimes stop energizing you, and engaging in them can not only feel boring and repetitive, it can even lose the meaning that they initially brought. In my case, I've been running 100-kilometer weeks since February, lifting between 5 and 7 times a week, practicing intense breathwork sessions, stretching almost every day over the past 6 months just to keep this level of intensity. And all of that while working a job and building the relationship with my girl that I want. All of these practices were set in place to help me create the life that I want for myself while reaching what I call my maximal expression, my potential. Not someone else's, not, as a friend of mine says, the life of your traumas. Now, last week, after a week of doing my practices with very little present and almost not aware of what I was doing, running, lifting and breathing with no passion and on autopilot, I felt like I lost my willpower. I'd literally tried going for a run and I couldn't do more than a walk around the block to come back home and go back up. I felt like I had no energy to do any of the things that moved me forward and bring me order and recognition in my life. And to make it worse, they occurred at a moment where my vision had just expanded, where I wanted to execute. And I've had moments like this before. They began between 1.5 years and 2 years ago when I decided to take ownership of my life and I committed to this craft. Not for a few months or a few years, but until the day I die. And they used to feel like I lost clarity before. But now that I operate on instinct and habits, the way that this presented itself was just different. So what happens when our practices are no longer fun? When we cannot find the energy to sustain our action? What a blessing to find ourselves in such position. What a blessing to get this moment to pause, to feel, to evaluate and to reorganize ourselves with new or ideally the same priorities. Because priorities must be protected. Practices are not there to make us happy today. Practices are meant to help us build the belief, the hope and the confidence in our own capacity to keep figuring things out. Because a truly authentic path has no blueprint. It's like a path that no one's ever walked before. And even if you, like me, sometimes feel like Superman, even if you've read David Goggins' book 20 times, chaos is always present in order, just like order is always present in chaos. It is the white dot in the yin and the black dot in the yang. And it is exactly in these moments where we must remain committed to ourselves. It is in these moments when it is easiest to crumble and want to go back to patterns and behaviors that no longer help us. It is in these moments that we must not abandon ourselves. And I'm not at all suggesting that you force yourself to maintaining these practices. What has worked for me this time is rest while staying committed to the non-negotiable boundaries that, when crossed, can cascade into behaviors and patterns that could have left me going backwards. And instead, by staying in the fight, I've been able to slowly reintroduce the practices in a fun way, giving them the space and the presence that they need, falling in love with the process again, reaping what I've sowed and preparing for the next 6 months ahead. These are deep structures that we are facing, and I've learned they can be changed with enough time, experience, humility, and curiosity.